Okay, very good morning to Prof. Maria Dr. Irwan Shah bin Zainal Abidin. My name is Nimita Doctor of Maran. My metric number is 267683. I am from Malaysian Economy class, Group G. Today I am here to present about our group assignment. The topic is agriculture sector. So my part is introduction and also agriculture policy. First, I would like to share about the introduction. So agriculture is a most important sector in Malaysia. Agriculture is also contributes to the national gross domestic product. So the share of agriculture sector in the Malaysian economy thought is declining every year. For example, we can see that the share of the agriculture sector in GDP has declined from 9.9% in 1970 to 22.9% in 1980, 18.7% in 1990 and 8.4% in 2000. Okay, because of increasing in absolute value, the share of the agriculture sector in GDP is declining. Second, I would like to share about agriculture policy. Agriculture policy is an official document that has been formulated by the government, has a set of strategic direction of the agriculture sector in Malaysia. The agriculture policy in Malaysia was established in two periods of time, has the policy before independence in 1948 until 1957 and after independence in 1957 till 2000. These policies is focused on how to enhance the income of farmers in order to reduce poverty in agriculture sector and also to minimize the intersectoral inequality between the agriculture policy, namely National Agriculture Policy 1, 2 and 3. First, I would like to tell about first National Agriculture Policy was established in 1984 to address the issue of rural poverty and imbalance of income between the commercial and traditional farmers. Okay, the importance of this policy was to eradicate poverty among traditional smallholders, farmers, and at the same time it also increased the value of the agriculture farmers to produce the export markets. During this time, Malaysia has been abundant with labor and the sufficient land suitable for agriculture. Okay, next is the second National Agriculture Policy was the extension of the NAP1. This policy is aimed to mark the challenge faced by the agriculture sector, especially meeting the demand for agro-food products in the domestic and global market. It also puts the greater emphasis on productivity which enables this sector to contribute to economic growth. We can see that the objective of NAP is optimizing resources utilization to diversify export, crops, cultivation into other activities and hence enhance R&D to overcome the production process in labor shortage and also other trends in the agriculture sector, and also it also is to enhance human resource development through training. Okay, the last part of mine is the third National Agriculture Policy. This policy was established after the government realized in the effect of the year 1997 until 1998. Okay, from NAP3 is formulated to address the challenges that faced by this sector, such as the economic structure, changes due to lack of arable land, shortage of the labor due to competition with other sectors, and the efficiency and the utilization of resources in order to improve in competitiveness. Okay, the NAP also aimed to address the challenge by providing a new strategy approach and also the policy thrust, which is to enhance our food security, to increase the productivity and competitiveness of the sector, to deepen linkages with other sectors and so on. Okay, under the NFP, the agriculture development is geared up towards in using less labor input, fully mechanized and automate production system and also the processes. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank